Hi friends, welcome to my very first thrift haul and first video on this channel. Whether you are watching this on YouTube or from the blog, welcome! And I hope that you also share a love for DIYs, thrift flips, and thrift shopping like I do. That's basically what this channel is going to be about, is all that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I've been looking for in thrift stores lately is textiles. And there's two prongs for this. One, I have a wedding coming up. And since it's end of summer, beginning of fall, I thought it would be nice to maybe have some blankets out for people to use. It's gonna be a very small crowd, so I trust everyone that's there that's gonna give me my blankets back. And so I've been looking for textiles for that, but also for around the house. So I'm looking for things that kind of go with my color scheme for the wedding, but also with the house, which is not that much different, honestly. So first thing I got was this giant blanket. It's like just this really lovely robin's egg blue. And somebody did a lovely job of cleaning this before they took it to the thrift store because it smells amazing. But this was only $8. It's massive. This is definitely like an at-home good, like cuddle up on the couch blanket. And for $8, it's not bad. A lot of blankets I'm seeing lately are like $12, $15, $20, which I just think is too much at the thrift store, but I digress. The second thing I got, so I got this set of two blankets. They're more like, I guess like a seafoam green kind of. They were only $4 a piece. I thought those ones would be good for at the wedding because they're not too big. Just something to like wrap around your shoulders if you're cold. And then I found these curtain panels in this really nice like steel blue. They were $4 each. I have no idea what the measurements of my windows are, but I have big windows and small windows. So I think that they should be able to fit somewhere. And if not, maybe I'll find a different purpose for them. Then I got this tablecloth, which again, I have no idea if it will fit any of the tables I own. I don't currently have a dining room table. We have to get one. But this goes very well with our Christmas color scheme. We go with like very traditional red and green and gold, and it also just kind of like reminded me of tablecloths at Christmas at my grandma's house, and so I had to have it. And this next one I love so much, I couldn't pass it up. I didn't know if it was fabric or a tablecloth or curtain panel or what, but I had to have it. I do believe it's a tablecloth, but I don't think you guys are ready for this. It's Christmas cats. And if you know me, you know that I love Christmas and I love cats. How do I pass up on this? I couldn't pass up on this. So I have that. And I don't know. Oh, it's from Simon's. I didn't even notice that. So it's a nice one. I don't know where the price is. I think I paid like $5 or $10 for it, but I couldn't pass it up. And then last in textiles is this super cute little cat hot pad. I don't know if I'm gonna use her as like a hot pad, like, you know, like a pot tray, or just like give her like a good iron and put her on the wall. I just think she's so cute. I couldn't pass her up. I think she was $1, maybe something like that. Next up, little bits of miscellaneous home items. A good chunk of them are DIY thrift flips that are going to be coming at you. So one of the things I've been looking for is baskets. My fiance bugs me all the time about how I am just like a basket lady. Everything goes in a basket. But I'm also looking for baskets for my mother-in-law's business. She makes handmade soap products, bath body products. So for having them at markets and stuff like that. So one is this like seagrass basket that I haven't decided yet if I'm giving her, to be honest. I do like it. And actually I was in the thrift store the other day and I went to a new thrift store and they had a larger version of this basket filled with collectible spoons. So obviously they were using it for display purposes, but I was very tempted to go and ask them if I could just buy the basket because it matches this one. I don't know what I paid for this. I think it was like $2. And then this little wicker basket. I actually wouldn't mind having like a big version of this basket, but I thought it would be cute maybe in our guest bath for bath products, stuff like that. It was only $1.25, so I had to take it because it's in like perfect condition too. Then I got this pack of photo albums. So I paid $3 for her and I just really liked the handmade paper texture. It comes with 2 books on the inside. So it's got the same like flowers on the outside as it did on the inside. And then it just has like little placeholder tabs for your photos. So I'm not really sure what photos I'm gonna use in it. I mean, I have wedding photos coming up and I have several nephews and a niece coming up. So I'm sure I can find something, but I just thought, you know, sitting on a shelf like this, or even just the blue, you know, with the handmade spines, I just really liked her. So I got her. Some things I can make a plan for and other things I buy it and I'll figure it out later. Next is this little pot. It almost looks kind of like a honey pot with no lid, but I just really liked, I feel like it has a bit of a vintage feel to it. It's not vintage, it was made in China, but I just really liked the lines of it and I thought it would be cute for flowers, or even if there's not flowers in it, I just like the shape of it sitting on a shelf. So I got that. It was only $1. And then I know that brass everything is coming back, but I'm just not a big brass gold person. I'm really more into the silver tones. So I did get these 2 silver candle holders. They need a good polishing. They're all different kinds of colors and they're a bit scratched up. So I'm not sure if polishing helps with that or not. I've literally never polished silver in my entire life, but I'm gonna learn real quick how to do it because anything silver I am down for. And then I got a box of these candle holders. I think I got a box of 20 or 25, maybe for like $5. They were super cheap, but I thought they would maybe be good for our wedding. So on one end, so you've placed on the table like this, it will hold tapered candles, so the really long, skinny ones. Or if you put it on the table like this, it will hold a tea light in it. So I thought that was kind of cool. I haven't seen 2-sided candle holder before, and I don't know what kind of candles I want, or maybe I can mix and match them. But I thought it was a really good deal, so. And then this last item, I'm not entirely sure what she is. I think my sister figured it out. I didn't Google it yet, but she did. And so if you know what these are, down below for sure, let me know. Because we have our theories based on what I could find. So I was just browsing this thrift store and in their like specialty section of, you know, like really vintage, really nice kitchen stuff, I came across these silver or pewter ostriches. Like, I don't know what they are. Nobody in the store knew what they were. My mother-in-law had no idea what it was. But I had to have them. And there's a backstory to that. So they don't stand on the table. They're way too top heavy. They're not napkin rings. What my sister found was possibly if you connect them at the tail and you put like 3 of them together, they would be an ostrich egg holder. So I'll put a picture up on the screen here. That is the only thing that makes sense to me, and there is glue on them. Like there's kind of like a welding joint and there is glue on them. So I'm thinking that they got broken apart and somebody tried to glue them back together, but they're real heavy. I don't know that normal glue is gonna do that. I think you would have to like re-weld them. So I don't know for sure what they are because they all came in pieces, but I have about 10 of them. And my sister did have an idea of maybe using them in our wedding. So I'll have to see. But basically the story behind those is that when I was a kid, my grandparents had ostriches on their acreage. So who else is gonna take those? I was like, I don't know what they are. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I have to have them. And my sister is gonna enjoy these just as much as I am. And she did. Okay, so the DIY thrift flips that I have, I've got a few of them. So first up, I do want to do some kind of like home organization, calendar zone, that kind of thing somewhere upstairs in the kitchen. And so I think I had a second one, but I don't know where she went. So I got this home organizer. So it's got like the cork board, and then this is where you would put letters and keys, and it's definitely an outdated honey oak color, and it's not my tone. We are going for more of like a vintage farmhouse feel. So I think with this one, I will probably stain, like sand it down and restain it a darker color. And then I might put another layer of cork, just, this cork is probably pretty dried out. So I'll probably add some cork on there. And then, yeah, this can be like incoming, outgoing mail, keys, etc. And then I have this letter stand, which I guess you could hold this way or do something with it this way. But same thing, I thought maybe in the office craft room. I don't really need it for a lot of letter stuff. I don't have a lot of letters that I write or incoming or papers to file. I do most of my stuff all digital these days. However, I have a lot of notebooks. So it might be a nice place to keep notebooks. Maybe I can put like some dividers or something for pens. I don't know. This one's more of a press board, so I'm gonna have to paint it instead of staining it. But it was only $5. And the home organizer letter corkboard thing was $5. And then I have this beauty that I have no idea what I'm doing with. I think traditionally it's a plate rack to display collector plates. And then there's like a little drawer in the bottom that's real stiff. It needs to be fixed. There's definitely some breakage and scuffs around it. It has not been loved in a while. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with it because I don't have collector plates. However, I thought same thing, maybe like letters in like the home organization space, or a spice rack, maybe. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with this. So if anyone has some ingenious ideas on what you have seen this turned into, let me know down below. I paid $8 for it, which is pretty steep considering I don't know what I'm doing with it, but oh well. Okay, second to last DIY item is this magazine rack. Same great honey oak color, but I will likely stain it to a darker color. I mean, traditionally it's used for magazines, books, crafting stuff, which is one of the reasons I'm going to use it. So I do like embroidery, coloring, that kind of stuff, typically in front of the TV watching a movie. So I thought this would be good beside the couch to kind of just store all that stuff that usually gets shoved into the coffee table and annoys my fiance. So this would be a good home for it. The second use I have for it is actually in our wedding to put said blankets into, so that they have a home out of the grass. And she was $10, but I don't think I paid for her. I think my mother-in-law paid for her. Last thrift flip is big. I don't know if I'm gonna fit it into the screen here, but I'm gonna try. So it is this giant basket. Okay, it's a giant wicker basket that has, you know, a little opening. I'm assuming it was probably a pet bed way back, and that's exactly what I'm gonna use it for. My cat is very, very particular on where she lays and the things that she allows into her life. We could probably all learn something from her. But I want to attempt to make a pet bed for her. One of the places she really likes to lay is in our closet, so maybe like in the back of the closet because it's dark and quiet in there. But I'd like to make like a cushion for it and see if she'll use it. If not, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. It was $12, but I know for a fact my mother-in-law paid for this for her little grand kitty. Okay, last thing is books. Books galore. So I have different reasons for buying books, okay? One is nieces and nephews. So we live a lot closer to my family now, so I'd like to stock up on some kid stuff to have in the house. And one of the things that always stands out to me is these little golden books, because these are the books that I read at my grandparents'. We had very old stories from when like my parents were kids, and so the little golden books definitely are nostalgic to me. And these were $5 a pack. I think there's like 10 or 12 books in each, so I thought that was a pretty good price. Obviously, I don't know what the condition of the actual books are. Some of them have some really worn spines, so I'm curious to see what kind of story it is. But yeah, so I got those. And then the other two things I buy books for is, one, obviously to read them. Finding books that I like, books that I've thought about reading but maybe didn't want to pay full price for, etc. Cookbooks, fiction, nonfiction, etc. The other thing is that I would like to have some more books in kind of like our home color scheme. I just feel like those look so pretty when people like do like color groupings together. So I typically look for, these days, I look for books that are kind of in like my color tones that I would also enjoy reading. So I don't really buy anything that I wouldn't care to sit down and read. Am I going to read through all of these? I don't know, maybe eventually. But yeah, the ones I have here, so I've got The Art of Making Memories, How to Create and Remember Happy Moments. And all these vary in price because the store typically does whatever the cover price is, you pay a certain amount. So I think I paid between $3 to $10 for each of these. This one is Need to Know for Newlyweds. I liked the blue spine. Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, Marie Kondo. I have watched all the episodes on Netflix. This one I liked the tan color. I'm really starting to get a lot of blue, so I thought maybe I should balance it out. The front of it is green, but nobody will see that if it's in the bookshelf. Yeah, this is an Oprah Winfrey book, what I know for sure. And then, yeah, some of them have coverlets that go with my colors, and some of them, I mean, well, this kind of does too, but some of them don't. So what I also look for, especially, like this one's pretty worn down, beaten up. It is an older book, judging by the cover of it. So I also like to just kind of peel the cover back and see what the book on the inside looks like. Yeah, so these ones I all paid $2.25 for. So I've got Mindy Kaling, which I actually have her audiobook of this, and I liked the kind of like a blue-gray, gray-blue. This one is Starting from Scratch. It's gardening, which now that I have a yard, I'd like to learn more about. The Sugar Solution, I liked the white and gold, and also something that interests me. Why Marriages Succeed or Fail. This is from John Gottman. I've heard a lot of things about the Gottman Institute, so I've kind of been looking at some things. I read a lot of like self-growth books as well, so kind of like self-growth and marriage works together. From Faith to Faith, I loved everything about this book. It was $2.25. It's Daily Guide to Victory. This is one that I don't know if I will read, but I just loved everything about this book, including like the old vintage photo that I had to have it whether I read it or not. And And then I have Pretty Happy by Kate Hudson. I liked the spine. I'm gonna have to take the sticker off there. This one was a little bit more. I think that one's probably one that I paid like $10 for, but not $30. And then I got some cookbooks. So these ones, I didn't buy them for the colors of them. I bought them because I'm getting back into the ketogenic way of eating. So having lots of recipes on hand. I'm trying to get back into reading like actual recipe books instead of being online because I go down a rabbit hole. It's not good. And this one I got a long time, I don't know, like 2 years ago, but I wanted to include it. So it's the complete book of embroidery from Reader's Digest. So this just has a ton of different embroidery projects, and yeah, with or without the coverlet, I really like the color. So yeah. So that is everything I have for you today. It's a little bit of a longer one because it's a culmination of several shopping trips. But let me know down below what your favorite item was. If you have any ideas for any of the thrift flips, any of the books I listed, did you love them? What did you take away from them? All of that, let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this and are looking forward to seeing more, then make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post. I will plan to post every Sunday, as well as posting a blog every Sunday. So whether you prefer to read or watch, those options are there for you. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ooh, I just looked in it, it's gross. I haven't cleaned it out yet. Like an ostrich egg holder. I can't do this with two hands.